English Cafe. Daily English lessons with a touch of coffee, from beginner to advanced. The research mistake, a lesson learned. It was a rainy Wednesday afternoon, and I was sitting in my office, frustrated with the results of my research project. You see, I had been working on a study for months, hoping to uncover something new about the environmental impact of plastic waste. I thought I had everything under control, but I soon realized something was wrong. I remember sitting there, staring at the piles of data on my desk. I had spent weeks gathering information, but it didn't seem to fit together. The conclusions were flawed. It was like a puzzle with missing pieces. Why didn't this work? I asked myself. I had followed the method I thought would be perfect, but after discussing with my mentor, it became clear. My approach wasn't as systematic as I thought. I had missed crucial steps in analyzing the data, and my method wasn't thorough enough. Let me explain the mistake I made with these words. First, I misunderstood research. I had assumed that gathering data from various sources was enough, but I hadn't properly reviewed the methods used in the studies I was looking at. Research isn't just collecting information. It's about asking the right questions, analyzing data correctly, and presenting findings that can lead to new understanding. Next, I realized I had used the term method incorrectly. I thought that just following a simple set of instructions would work, but I needed a more systematic approach. A method needs to be clear, organized, and planned out step by step. Simply having a list of tasks isn't enough. It has to be well thought out. When I spoke about my work, I used flawed to describe my data analysis. But here's the thing. Flawed means that there is something wrong with the structure or quality of something. The way I analyzed the data was incomplete and had mistakes. It wasn't just a small problem, it was a fundamental issue with how I had planned the entire project. The most important part of this lesson came when I realized that I hadn't carried out the steps properly. It wasn't enough to say, I've done this part of the project. To carry out means to execute or implement a plan carefully and completely. I had rushed through some tasks, and it showed in my results. After our conversation, I went back and reworked the entire project. This time, I made sure to carry out each step thoroughly. I reviewed my method, and it became systematic, organized, and efficient. With each part of the research done correctly, my results finally made sense. I learned that good research isn't just about working hard. It's about using the right approach, checking your progress, and making sure everything is done correctly. Don't miss out on more stories like this. If you like this story and this way of learning English, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you're the first to know when we release more lessons. By the way, tell me, what's one of the best things you've learned recently? Great. Let's dive into the 5 important words and break them down for you. Research. This is when you study something carefully to find new facts or information. Whether it's for school, work, or just your own curiosity, research helps you discover things that weren't known before. For example, she is doing research on climate change. In short, if you're gathering information, reading papers, or doing experiments to learn something new, you're doing research. In real life. At school, I'm doing research on how technology affects education. While traveling, I did some research before my trip to find the best places to visit. At home, I'm conducting research on how to build a better garden. With friends, we did some research on the best places to go for a weekend getaway. In social situations, before the meeting, I did some research on the company. Method. A method is the way you do something, especially if it's planned or organized. It's your approach to getting something done. Example, the method we use to learn a language can really affect our progress. So, whether it's how you study, cook, or clean, your method is your specific way of doing it. In real life. At school, the method we used for this project helped us get clear results. While traveling, the guide showed us a unique method of cooking traditional dishes. At home, the method I used for organizing my closet saved me so much time. With friends, our cooking method for making pizza at home was really fun. In social situations, I prefer a method of greeting people that's casual and friendly. Systematic. If something is systematic, it's done according to a plan or in an organized way. It's like a well thought out process that helps you stay on track and avoid mistakes. For example, a systematic approach helps you avoid mistakes. Basically, it's about being organized and doing things step by step, in real life. At school, a systematic approach to studying helps me remember things better. While traveling, we followed a systematic travel itinerary to explore the city efficiently. At home, a systematic cleaning routine makes my house look great every week. With friends, a systematic approach to organizing our party helped everything go smoothly. In social situations, I find a systematic schedule at work helps keep me productive. Flawed. Something that's flawed has mistakes or weaknesses in it. Maybe it's a plan that didn't work out or an idea that's not fully developed. For example, the argument in the essay was flawed because the evidence was incorrect. So, when something's flawed, it's not perfect. There are issues to be fixed. In real life, at school, my first essay was flawed, but I fixed it before submitting it. While traveling, the travel guidebook I used was flawed. Some information was outdated. At home, the way I arranged the furniture was flawed, so I had to change it. With friends, my plan to surprise Sarah was flawed because she figured it out early. In social situations, the project proposal was flawed, but I made some adjustments before presenting it. Carry out. This means to perform or complete a task or plan. Whether it's something you've planned or a job you need to finish, carrying out is about making it happen. For example, I need to carry out the research before the deadline. So, when you carry out something, you take action and do it. In real life, at school, we need to carry out the experiment carefully to get accurate results. While traveling, I need to carry out a few more tasks before leaving for the airport. At home, I plan to carry out my cleaning schedule this afternoon. With friends, we will carry out our plan to visit the beach tomorrow. In social situations, we're carrying out a survey to get feedback from employees. What's next? You've learned a lot of cool words today. Now, go ahead and practice them in your own sentences. Try using them in your conversations and see how they fit. And remember, the more you practice, the better you get. Feel free to come back and share your sentences or ask any questions you have. Happy learning! Have you used any of these words in real-life situations before? Let me know by leaving a comment below. You won't find story-based lessons like this anywhere else. If you want to make your learning unforgettable, subscribe and join our journey today.